Hello, guys. How's it? Welcome to Shooting the Shit with Jeremy, the podcast where we talk about anything and everything, anyone and everyone. Enjoy the show. Alrighty, guys. How's it? Welcome to episode 1 of Shooting the Shit with Jeremy. Just want to, thank you guys for tuning in or downloading us or, however you heard of us and checking us out, taking the time out of your day. I apologize right off the bat. This is obviously our first episode and there's going to be a lot of ups and downs and ins and outs and speed bumps as me and my good buddy try and figure out and learn how to do this thing and how to better your guys' experience, better our experience, and just get overall better, learn about it and grow from our mistakes and what we learn and do and all that kind of stuff. So this first episode, I went back and forth on a few things that I wanted to talk about and how to open the show and how to introduce myself and figure stuff out and see so you guys can understand a little bit about who, what, where, when, and why why the podcast and how the podcast came about and stuff. And all that stuff will be touched on later on in other podcasts. But this one specifically, I wanted to start off in a kind of different way. I wanted to kind of almost, as you say, start off at the end and work our way back. I recently had a couple people pass away, influential people in my life, in my career, and they didn't, not close people, not close friends, not really, family or anything like that, but definitely influential in my coaching career, my lifeguard career. And it's just, I thought about it, and every time somebody dies, whether it be family, friends, or you hear somebody that you don't even know, everybody goes through this grieving process or this thing where they're like, oh, that poor person this and that poor person that and that poor parents and the poor kids and the poor, just poor. And it got me thinking about this thing, this saying my grandmother told me, and I think I was about 8th grade, so about 13, somewhere around there, that she told me one day, live your life how you want your eulogy read at your funeral. Live your life how your eulogy is going to be read at your funeral. And that sticks in my brain every time there's somebody that passes away or I hear somebody dying. I always come back to that because I ask myself, am I doing what needs to be done so my eulogy at my funeral, it sounds the way I want it to sound? Am I living my life how I want to my people to perceive me and think of me, and what am I doing what's need to be done? And I want to say yes to a point, but I'm not perfect. Everybody has their ups and downs and things that can go wrong and go right, but for the most part I try to live my life every day as if my eulogy is going to be read tomorrow and I'd be happy. If I was a ghost in the movie theater sitting there, and not in the movie theater, but the ghost sitting at my funeral and everybody's sitting there crying and whining and saying, oh, poor Jeremy, poor this. I was like, if I was sitting there and my eulogy is being read, I'd be happy what people were saying about me. First of all, though, you guys better not be crying. My funeral is going to be a party. There's going to be, a lot of drinks, a lot of food. I don't know who it is yet, but somebody's going to be dressed up as the Grim Reaper, pointing to the old people and the rotten kids that are running around and not paying attention, pointing at them and going, you're next, whoever's. Some of you guys better go get my ashes and talk to whoever's in charge and get a little bit and put it in your pocket and go take a swim at Kapaa Pool. And so I can forever be circulated around Kapaa Pool, because that would be awesome. But yeah, and so I try to think about that every day. What am I doing to better myself, better my community, better my family, better my friends? What can I do to help them, help out in general? What are you doing to leave a legacy? What am I doing to leave a legacy for the next generations that are coming behind me? Am I saying the right things? Am I doing the right things? Am I making people happy? Am I making people smile? Am I making people feel accepted? Am I just doing what I feel is right? Now, granted, everything is different, right? Like, everybody's different. Not everybody's gonna have the same ideas that I have, and not gonna make them as happy as certain things aren't gonna make you as happy as they make me, or what you think is right is I think it's right, or vice versa, whatever. But one of the things that always came back to is, for me, is trying to leave a legacy, whether it be how I taught, how I teach, how I treat people, but also like the example that I leave. Like, we were always taught when we were kids growing up to leave the place better than we found it. We go to the beach, we pick up more rubbish than we brought with us. We also take the rubbish we brought with us, but we take extra when we go home. Always leave a place better than we found it. And that, growing up wasn't always just a local thing. It was, we spent our summers in Canada. We were always told, pick up the rubbish and clean it up, make it look nice, just leave it better for the next person. And you don't hear that nowadays. That's something that was lost. I want to bring that back. I want to start teaching my kids. I am teaching my kids, pick up the rubbish, pick up that over there. And you're gonna get asked, well, we didn't bring it, why do we gotta clean it up? Or, that's not mine, I don't want to touch it. And that's the wrong mindset. Instead of, and there's adults, I've heard adults say that. I heard adults tell their kids that, their grandkids, and that's not helping leaving a better place and leaving a legacy or helping each other out. That's just, fueling the fire, the problem that we still have. But anyways, you just leave it better than you found it. Start teaching your kids, hey, let's pick up one piece of rubbish. If we all pick up one piece of rubbish, extra piece of rubbish, wherever we're at, imagine how quickly that can clean up a place and make a place feel better. How many you guys don't feel better when you go to a place and it's clean and it's tidy, compared to, like, you walk through a parking lot at the supermarket or the grocery store and it's all dirty. You're like, what, these guys don't take pride? They don't have anybody to clean it, and then you start falling down that slope. It's like, well, they should hire somebody, they got people to do this, I don't want to do this is not my job. When in reality, you could have picked up that bag of chips or that soda can and put it in your truck, or threw it in the trash can right in front of the door. Now, soda cans and beer cans, that's a whole nother podcast I can go into on a business side. Now you're making money, you're picking up rubbish, because for me, I don't see rubbish in a can or beer or soda can. I see 5 cents, 10 cents, whatever country or state you're at. It's worth money to me. So that's free money. Somebody paid the deposit for that and they didn't get it back. Now I can go take it and get that money back. That adds up. But anyways, that's, we'll touch on that business, I'm sure, somewhere down the line in my business mindset. But the main thing I wanted to talk about on that is that little bit extra, can go a long way, and it's contagious. It's contagious. You see somebody pick up rubbish and there's rubbish by you, you're gonna want to pick it up. You don't want to be the asshole that's just walks by the rubbish. Well, some of you guys really don't care, and some of you guys will walk by, but that's one way to do it. If you don't want, like, some of you guys are germaphobes and don't like to touch rubbish and clean up stuff, and you really think it's not your responsibility, well, something that kind of would help out and is another route is put your cart away at the grocery store. Put your cart back in the stall, in the cage, in the corral, whatever you want to call it, instead of leaving it by your car for somebody else to clean up. Yeah, they have people that go around and clean it up and put them back, but how hard is it to put back? You guys can't tell me that a couple of you guys never thought about it, like, I should just go put this back. Nah, it's right here, I'll just leave it here, somebody will grab it. Somebody get paid to do that. I don't get paid to do that. I already spent this much money in the grocery store. In a way, there's nothing wrong with that, because yes, you are right, they are paying for it. There are people that are supposed to be doing that, but why not help? Why not set a better example? Maybe not for your kids or your grandkids, but maybe the guy next to you, maybe he's watching you, or maybe there's a little girl that's watching you and she's like, hey, that guy or that girl did it, I could help out and make a difference. It's little things like that can help leave a legacy and help you feel better about yourself, and make make a difference. It's not that you have to go out and coach or teach or donate all this time on the side of the road picking up rubbish or whatever. You hear it all. We're all tired. We all have 2 or 3 jobs. We all don't have time to do all that stuff. But those little things that could help you smile or help you have a conscience and sleep at night and make you feel better about yourself, it all adds up, and it all, it all means something to somebody, whether it be you, whether it be the people watching you, or whether it be the people that were supposed to come behind you and pick up the carts. But the other thing that you can do that makes a huge difference is just smiling and saying hi and aloha, how's it, happy aloha Friday, you guys, it's the weekend, we're almost there. Hey, I hope your Monday's going great. Something as a smile and just acknowledging people and saying how's it, aloha, can go a very far way too. And nowadays that's a lost art. Yeah, it's kind of hard because a lot of people still wear masks and stuff, but how awesome is it when you're having a bad day and somebody just smiles at you and says hi? That fills me up, that makes me happy, that kind of stuff. So there's other little ways that you can go about doing it and saying different things like that, and bettering yourself and leaving a legacy that doesn't require a whole lot of extra work, extra time, extra energy, but yet it can have profound effects. It can have huge effects on somebody's life. It can have huge effects on your life, your family's life, your kids' life, and that's just one of the few things that could help you in your quest to have your eulogy, live your life like how your eulogy is read at your funeral. Long time ago I was told, it's not when you're born and when you die, right? It's that dash in between. It's that dash where you leave your legacy and you do what you had to get done, and you live your life. That's your life. And that dash is you writing your eulogy. Yes, somebody's going to write it for you or your family and speak it and stuff, but they're going to write something about what they thought of you and how they interacted with you, and what their thoughts of you were. And that all ties into how you lived your life, how you treated each other, how you treated them, how you treated others, how you treated people you knew, how you treated people you didn't know. So, and that's another way to think of it is, well, how do you want that dash to represent? What do you want that dash to represent in between your date of birth and your date of death? So, think of it that way too. But hey, it's not going to be for everybody. Not everybody's going to agree with me. Not everybody's going to understand or like what I have to say. Some of you guys are never going to listen, probably didn't even finish this podcast. Some of you guys will never listen to another podcast. But I figured that if I could come out and tell you guys a little of who I am and why I say the things and do the things I do is because of this eulogy and this saying that my grandma gave me. My mom's mom, my grandma Greta Gertz, told me when I was in the 8th grade, right? It would help out. And now granted, some of you guys might have thought when I first said that about 8th grade, he's talking about death and eulogies. That's kind of dark. What kind of grandma talks to her kid about that, or grandson about stuff like that? Well, those of you guys that know me, and you guys will find out in future podcasts about how I wasn't supposed to, I'm not supposed to be here right now. I'm not supposed to be recording this. I'm not supposed to be living this long. I'm going to be 41 in a couple days. So death and life was no big deal I wrote my funeral when I was, I wrote my, what is that called, when I was 5 years old. I wrote my will at 5 years old. I was planning my death at 5 years old. So 13 or however I was in 8th grade, and my grandma to tell me that stuff wasn't out of the ordinary for me. So but anyways, yeah, I'll touch base on that in some future podcasts so you understand a little bit more. But I figured this was a good introduction, because if I talk about how I'm living my life before I die, then you guys would understand why and how I say the things I say and do the things I do. But anyways, thank you guys for listening. Hopefully you guys can hang in there and download some more and check us out on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and all our places, and share the show, pass it on. You like what I have to say and you think I'm gonna make a difference in somebody's life, or hopefully I can help somebody else's life out, or if I'm putting into words the way you think and the way you wish you could say stuff and you can't, but the way you feel and you want people to understand about how you feel and how you act and why you do the things you do, and it kind of aligns with what I'm saying and doing, then tell them check us out. You guys can email me, you guys can call me, you can do whatever you want to. If you have questions, concerns, rude remarks, we take it all, me. But anyways, you guys have a great night. Thank you for tuning in.